I'll have to look it up where I can get it to you by the end of the show. Um, so the culture under fire. We're gonna be starting off here with Angryman on the ninjas, man. Angryman has been talking about the ninjas. Uh, but what we really want to get to in here is what happened in Chicago on June the 10th. On Juneteenth holiday, there was a lot of bloodshed and a lot of people passed away on Juneteenth. And there was a lot of truth into this diatribe that Angry Man is about to go into about the black culture and about how things are moving. And then it goes into how black people are now feeling about what happened in Chicago, but not just Chicago, just life in general. And I think it's a conversation that we definitely need to have. Rain might not have a lot of input on it because it's talking about the ninjas, but at the same time, I thought it was a very good conversation that he did have and that he started. So we're gonna go here, and I probably fast forwarded a little bit to get to the people, but I do want y'all to hear the beginning of what Angry Man had to say. So here we go. Put up the speed. Here we go.
See, that's the question. The question is, does your community remain dysfunctional today because of them or because of you? And I believe you know that it remains dysfunctional because of you. So you have to continue to blame white people, because if you don't have white people to blame, then we got a bunch of questions we got to ask, like why. Or you're going to confirm for all of the well-to-do black people that you call coons and that you call sellouts, you're going to confirm for them what they've been saying, is that the reason y'all can't get ahead ain't because of white folk. It's because, see, this is why you come up with all of them goofy sayings like, I'm going to pull myself up by my bootstraps when I don't have any bootstraps. Well, first of all, we have to believe you don't have any bootstraps. That's the first thing. We have to believe the premise that you don't have any bootstraps in the first place for you to be able to substantiate that argument. But what happens if we find out you did have bootstraps, you just decided not to pull yourself up by them? Because, see, I've been sitting back, racking my brain, trying my best to figure out, why is it black people don't seem to care about black people losing their lives when other black people do it? Why is it black people don't care about tearing up the community when it's black people doing it? I keep noticing that when we do some mess to each other, no one seems to care. You only care when white people are involved. I've been trying my best to figure that out, because to me, dysfunction is dysfunction, destruction is destruction. To me, it doesn't matter who's tearing up the community, whether they black or white. You're tearing up the community. That's the problem. Doesn't matter to me who's taking a black life, whether you white, black, brown, whatever. You took a black life. It doesn't matter to me who did it. What matters to me is that it happened. We need to stop it. So I'm trying to figure out why the rest of you think like that. And I figured it out. This Carmelo Anthony situation helped me to figure it out. If you don't have the white man to blame for all of your dysfunction, you can then be held accountable for your efforts or lack thereof. That's all this is about. It's about accountability. You use the white man and his perceived attack on you to escape the accountability of what you're supposed to be doing in your community. That's all it is. That's all it is. When you're not a good father, it's because of the white man. When you can't find a job, it's because of the white man. When your community is dirty, downtrodden, dysfunctional, it's because of the white man. When your kids grow up to be criminals like Carmelo Anthony, it's because of the white man. When your wife leaves you, it's because of the white man. Everything is because of the white man. Because without that, we'd have to ask certain questions or come to certain conclusions. Like, the reason why your community is dirty is because you're lazy and trifling. The reason why there's trash in the streets is because you don't have enough damn sense to put the trash in the trash can instead of throwing it on the ground. The reason why your wife left you is because you a raggedy individual that ain't about inside of the hood, is because all of you are enabling each other. All of you are trauma bonding. The only that can save y'all are the ones who had enough sense to crawl out of the crab bucket. And now that they're out of the crab bucket and they're looking back at the damn bucket, they can see how dirty it is. See, you should have never talked to me. You should have never talked to me, because I'm telling you 100%. 100%. And you can get mad if you want. You can talk as much trash as you want. It ain't going to change the facts on the ground. Matter of fact, since you think I'm lying about the Chicago thing, check this out. Let's go ahead and pull this up. What happened in Chicago? Let's see what happened in Chicago.
Transported to the hospital. We did hear from police they had multiple gunshot wounds. The 10 other victims, Megan, self-transported to the hospital. We did hear from Street Pastor Donovan Price at the scene. He said seeing a shooting like this on a holiday like Juneteenth is really a tragedy.
in my neighborhood where my church is, it's between 7 and 11 people possibly shot. It's tragic. At least one of them is in critical condition. It should be celebrating, and fireworks should not turn into gunshots.
Does a disservice to the community and what Juneteenth is supposed to stand for.
You know what's so funny?
Ain't that a shame? And by the way, shout out to Jeffrey. He said, for the say I talk white, but I'm headed to data center. Appreciate you.
Anthony, off the Metcalf situation, stuff happens. But, over this Juneteenth weekend where we commemorate the release of the final enslaved people out of Galveston, Texas, something happened in Chicago on the South Side that nobody seems to be talking about for whatever reason. Oh, yeah, that's right. A mass shooting took place over Juneteenth weekend. But I guess everybody been too caught up talking about this Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation, a situation between two teenage boys that y'all done put the race narrative on. Y'all done straight up ignore the fact that in the hood in the south side of Chicago pulled up, did a drive-by with them switches, let that thing rain, let the whole clip loose, 100 cases on the ground. They found 100 rounds on the ground after 12 people got hit in the hood, in a black neighborhood in Chicago, a liberal city with that black mayor, and I don't hear no fuss about it. I don't see nobody on TikTok making dissertations. Of course, everybody talking about the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation because it's going to make you some money on TikTok, real talk. But it's like, if a white person do something to a black person, or even if it just got anything to do with white and black, y'all get out here and just make think piece after think piece after think piece. But when them walking around with them guns and they pull up in the black neighborhood and let them things loose, it's quiet. You can't hear nothing. We always talk about holding folks accountable, but for whatever reason, black folks refuse to talk about that. We'll talk all day about some hypothetical between the black and the white person, but when they here killing folks, they doing it every day.
So there you have it. I think it's a lot of uncomfortable truth there. And I thought it was a decent piece because he goes through a lot of different categories and stuff like that. And I think a lot what stood out to me is because I think a lot of African Americans are frustrated because we feel that we don't have the real conversation. Like, I think that's the hardest part for people who really want to see change. I think sometimes certain people want to hear the full conversation. Like, we don't want to debate 2.5 days on Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. We want to talk about how do we save each other from each other. You see what I mean? Like, we're losing more of us than it is of them. And I feel like that's where a lot of the conversation comes in, or the questions comes in, of like, how do we have the same conversations in depth and talking pieces that we have for Carmelo for our own people?
What's the solution?
Because this week I sent Rain probably 20 different fights and like I was sending so many, it was so many. Couldn't even choose. So I just had to throw a piece up here because it was so many. And I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Majority of the black people lost the fights.
That one kid got put on his back twice by that one way. I was like, dang. But he kept getting back up though, I ain't gonna lie.
And then it was another one when these black people were jumping his man, and the 12-year-old boy just got shot and killed.
Yeah.
But everybody's mad at the black man for shooting, but he was jumped by like 7 to 8, 10 different black people.
Yeah.
But nobody's arguing about the jumping of that person, which you can see it on screen. Like it just I think this is what confuses America. Like we're like, okay, what can we talk about? What conversations are appropriate to have that doesn't make people want to push away or don't want to make you call a black person an Uncle Tom or a coon? Like, how do we have a dialogue that's actually healthy then that can still go to the length of how long we're still talking about Carmelo Anthony?
As passionate as we are about black on white crime, white on black crime, the different mixing the racials with it, the same kind of passion we have about that is the same kind of passion that we need with black on black crime. So is if that same situation in Chicago with the 39 people being shot over the weekend would have happened with one white person doing it or white people against black people, we would have heard about it all over the news. It would have been all over because it's racially, you know, in that way. It's racially motivated in that way. But then when it's on the same race, is not, there's no passion with it. So what my question is, what is the solution? Is there no solution to what's going down with, you know, with all this shooting and killing of each other?
Yeah. And I appreciate this dialogue we're about to have. I appreciate y'all chiming in, especially Classic knows, like he knows the area more than most. He said the majority of black folks aren't participants in this ish, but we speak like it's our community as a whole. He working for them people and don't even know it. So do y'all not? So this is a better question. Do y'all prefer to have the conversation behind closed doors and not on social media platforms? Like, would that make everybody feel more comfortable? Like, because we still have to have the conversation. And I think this is one of those areas where two things are true, right? People can feel one certain way. Like when I have conversations, like if the shoe doesn't fit, I don't wear it. So I don't get angry or upset because somebody says something about black people if I'm not in that group of people who do those type of things. Like my race does not dictate like how I feel about what somebody's saying about black people. Like I'm not that black guy out there shooting other black people. So I'm not gonna get upset. I'm more open to hear, okay, how do we improve this situation? You know what I mean? Penny said, honestly, not one or the other. It's both issues are relevant. Okay. I don't know this name, but he said it's the mentality of black culture. There is never a fair fight. Okay. Classic said, speak about the average black person before speaking about the worst of us, and then discuss how the majority of us can help the. Okay, so Classic, you like kind of like the conversation we had on Tuesday night then.
Yeah.
So you prefer more of the style of, okay, we know they're doing that, but now can we speak a positive message to move the culture forward?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing here.
Find a solution.
You're saying, hey, we don't got to keep showing everything they're doing. We know it's happening. How do we move forward from it? Correct me if I'm wrong too, Classic. Mary said, first you have to find people who listen as well as knowing their culture. You need to be standing up for all that get that word, not just looking at the color. I like that, Mary. I like that. He said, instead of look at the worst of us and call it the norm of I got you. Okay. I got you. He said, black on black crime makes up 40% of violence in this country. Penny said, the honest answer is we as a culture have fought so much it becomes embedded in our culture. Penny, you know you white. That's what Plug said. We have lost the purpose of the fight in later generations. I like that. I like that. He said, have the convo as loud as you want. Just point out the idiots or the gotcha. I got you. See, this is why you got to ask people, like, because I think sometimes it's all about how the delivery is. How do we deliver the message? That's why I even did a different form of it on Tuesday night, because we had a conversation backstage after our, I think it was Monday night show or the show it does make you like, because I do want to be heard by the black culture. So if I need to alter my form of communication to get you to hear it, I'm okay with that, but I will still always stand on my points. But I can't alter my conversation or my talk pieces to make people feel more comfortable and engaged. I don't mind that. He said, we just can't have the conversation about knuckleheads and act like it's all of us. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. He said, loaded question, waiting for admission either way. Hey, Penny said, the convo needs to only come from those that actually know, and where they're not opinions about opinions if you removed it from it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Mario said the thing that sucks is that it's bad in every race. It's always what they put in the media.
Yeah.
Hey, if you catch the weekly rain report, she puts positivity in the soul reset. So catch it on Sunday. Okay, yeah. Glasses said, I think it's extremely important to always emphasize that most of us are chill, funny, cool folks. Then go for it. He said there has to be a preface. Is that a preface or preference? That ain't preference. That's pref. Y'all know y'all can't have me right up here, but y'all know what he said because of the propaganda has against us so long.
Preface. Is it preface? That's it right. That's me knowing how to say all them long words.
Pity said, "Good news don't make the news." That. Hey, catch it on Sundays with Soft Rain. She makes it on there. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna start that because I like that. He said, "Rain, you correct." I'm gonna start that class. I'm gonna talk about that on my other channel. I like that. So it's all about putting out the accurate description or depiction first. So
it's not.
Yeah. So he says, as a white, let's see what he got to say, y'all. As a white guy that grew up in 99% black neighborhood in Detroit, I seen the good, but I have also saw the worst. Thank you for your respectfulness.
He's adjacent.
Yeah, you're adjacent. You up there with the Rain. You welcome in. You and Rain would get along very well. Rain grew up with 98.9% black neighborhood.
About 100%, really.
So y'all welcome him in, man. Welcome him in, man. Is that STBB? Right, welcome in, big dog. Yeah, let us know how to pronounce it, but appreciate you tapping in. I like that. I like the respect too. He said yes. It's mandatory. If you don't disclaim first, we are working against. Gotcha. Okay, Classic. Okay, Classic got a good show brewing for y'all. He in different form today. He in rare form today. He's explaining to y'all. Y'all don't get a lot of day with Classic or explain it to you now. Y'all better tap in. Appreciate you, Classic. Richard said, this is what I was telling that girl in here. It's like a urge built us. We dislike others like us. Oh, he talking about old girl. I know who you talking about. She's no longer associated with us, but I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about, sir. We do not know what she has going on anymore. But yeah. So he's saying, so he agreeing with Classic too then. Like, okay. Yeah. I like it. I got it, man. I got it. So okay. So guys, since I have my lessons on preference, what is it?
Preface.